G'day and welcome to the Grow a Small Business Podcast. I'm your host, Troy Truen. Each week, we speak with an owner who has grown a business with 5 to 30 team members to something bigger. Diving into their numbers and unearthing the pain they've experienced, we explore what they did to overcome each barrier and what they would do differently from day one. Let's get into it. Welcome, everyone. Today I'm interviewing Anatoliy Labinskiy from GSM Growth Agency. He's based near Lisbon in Portugal. Thanks for your time today, Anatoliy.
Yeah, thank you, Troy, a lot for having me here. Today I'm in Miami for the next couple of months, but basically, Ukrainian and staying in Portugal and looking forward to share as much as I can from my side to hopefully it's going to be really useful piece of content for audience who can not just listen that and say, wow, but who can implement something on their side as well after listening.
Yeah, absolutely. I haven't been to either Miami or Portugal, but I hear they're both beautiful places. So you're lucky to be able to be on the road and live in a beautiful part of the world. And you said before we hit record, which I didn't realize, Portugal's ranked for what, the 5th safest place in the world.
Yeah, 347, something like that. It's beautiful. It's really awesome. That's why we decided to stay there. Even Miami is great, but Portugal, to be honest, much nicer.
Let's start with how we know each other. So Valeria from your team, she handles your PR. She reached out and thought you might be a great guest for us.
I believe she said that just because, like, as I mentioned at the beginning, I'm just trying, it's my kind of social responsibilities in our days. Back in 2017, I didn't have anything. And now, like, it's multiple 8 figures per performance agency plus real estate business plus AI performance softwares business, which is like, I want to deliver as much as possible value to people who are in similar position where I was and help them out to move forward.
Yeah, great. Well, tell our audience a bit about your business, what it does and how it makes money.
Yeah, sure. So basically, I'm the founder and owner of the GSM Growth Agency. It's an e-commerce advertising agency where we focusing on building advertising ecosystem for Shopify brand owners and dropshipping stores where we implement in Facebook, TikTok, Google, email, SMS marketing, all those platforms together to like build advertising ecosystem for the online stores. Have done in the last couple of years over 25 millions in the client's results. Me personally, I started e-commerce back in 2017, like when I had nothing. Like I was in Dubai, I was working like as donkey nonstop, 7 days a week, and we were like really quite have financial problems. We were not able even to rent, me and my wife. We were not even rent simple studio for us. So we were renting like master bedroom with other couple in another room. And basically she came in one day, 24th of February, by the way, 2017. So it's basically 7 years ago. She came in the room and started crying, not because of happiness, but because of the scare. So like she got scared as hell. She said, I'm pregnant. And that was for me the main thing in my life, like which has changed like my understanding of life, understanding of finances, understanding of where I want to be. That was the trigger moment when I promised to myself that I will do whatever it takes to bring my baby in this world in the different financial position and change my life like what in anyhow. And this is what actually happened after 1 year of struggle. I would say of trying and losing, trying and losing, trying and like lost everything. My wife made on me, like almost divorced with me, like and so on. I was so addicted when I found out what e-commerce means, but I didn't quit and I figured it out. And after actually 13 months, 1 year and 1 month, I generate my first 50,000, then 150, then 250 a month. And it just went like again and again into the direction to the better performance, better life, but with the much bigger problems, which is obviously the success equal to the level of success equal to level of the problems. But definitely like that's my short backstory from where I am. And
Before you started
yeah.
GSM in 2020, so you really got your start in, was it drop shipping you were doing?
Yeah, so in 2017, I was doing like corporate work. Before that, I was as a waiter in the restaurant, like when I moved from Ukraine to Dubai. And I started e-commerce drop shipping store, mykittycatzone.com. It was my first ever store in Shopify platform, where I got some small success. After that, like on the second store related to the fashion like for shoes, belts, watches. I got my first like multiple six figures results. And then in 2018, people start asking me. I was active online and sharing all my fails, all my lucks, all my results. People start just like they have seen my past. They know that I'm real and like I never sold anything to anyone. And then like they start reaching out to me. Hey, can you coach me? Hey, can you coach me? I was surprised, like me, like who I am. But actually, I tested out for free and like, wow, this guy, it worked for him. For him, it's worked. For that, it's worked. It is replicatable. So I started coaching direction and was doing that for almost 2 years, till middle of 2019, beginning of 2020. And then when COVID started, like more and more people start asking me, can you manage that for me? Can you manage that for me? In 2019, it started. And I like, actually, it makes sense because if I would manage, I would do much better and much faster instead of just explaining and waiting if person is actually responsible enough to do that by himself.
Yeah.
And I hired my first media buyer. We got a couple of clients as a test, and like first actually third client who we got on the board after 2 years being together. We got from 0 to 6 millions together on Shopify store for that client, and it was insane success. And basically, this is how the growth in general started. And like, yeah, then now focusing on agency, real estate business in the United States, and as well AI driven platform for attribution for advertisers in my industry. We created our own software where like we able to make the proper tracking for the advertisers like us in one place.
Yeah, it's so important that tracking the right data because it can be bloody hard. I've got a few clients I help at the moment. They're Shopify and geez, some of the plugins even aren't really that clear. So it's great that you're focusing in on making sure the data and the attribution of where customers are coming from, so you can see what your customer acquisition cost is, etc. That's great that you're honing in on that.
Yeah, like since 2021 happened with iOS 14 updates, it's really became mess of tracking with Facebook, TikTok a bit better, but Facebook was the harder one. Then Google got affected. And we were using different attribution platforms, and it was annoying. It was really annoying that we have to overpay, or our customers has to overpay for like simple attribution. I mean, it's a key point of scaling, obviously, and keep things profitable. But still, like starting from couple of hundreds, fine, and ending up with couple of thousands with no reason. So I actually spoke to one of my friends, good friends, who is in the SaaS industry and like brokerage forex business. And I asked him, listen, like I really want to be in the SaaS. I want to create something for my team what is going to be really working and won't be cost much. And my partner said to me like, hey, I want to be in e-commerce. Let's just combine the skills. Like it makes sense. So we started brainstorming. We just got his development team, and like I showed him a couple of attribution platforms. I said I want to have this, have that. So basically, we create like unique platform, which is we call it ecomscout.io, and which is allowed to track everything. Facebook, TikTok, and soon we connect in Google and Klaviyo, and basically like it cost the cheapest on the market. The main idea was it's just for my team, but when my team said that it's really working amazing and like we're definitely going to be using this software from now, and I understand like, hey, let's just create that for public users, and we like launched that, and it's already actively using by other users around the world. But in general, main idea was to create something cheaper and like faster. And definitely that's the goal which we achieved. We'll see how that goes next, but we adding features which is not available on other platforms because we want to make it the work for like we have hundreds of media buying accounts which we are managing. So we know what exactly needed to improve the speed and quality of work of the media buying department. So we just like listening to them and implementing the features by their request into the software. So basically, like I believe this is going to be something big. Like step by step, we just adding more and more features there.
Yeah, totally agree. I think there's a void there. I've been looking for a while for something that is accurate on the attribution. There's a couple of things out there, but it's great that you're in this space. Is it, do you just, firstly, does the agency just focus on Shopify sites or other e-commerce platforms?
We are specifically focusing on Shopify. Before we was focusing as well Facebook and Shopify only. But when attribution things happened and there was a lot of bans on the Facebook, a lot of difficult times in 2021, 2022, we switched our system into the still Shopify, but ecosystem on the advertising platforms. That's where we start building the different platforms because now we learned the lesson. If Facebook delivering, all good. But when Facebook sucks and delivers some pitfalls, we have TikTok on place, we have Google setup already done, we have Klaviyo. So we just combine them all together to make sure something is falling down, everything else is just covered. And this is the way how every single business owner must run their e-commerce business in nowadays. Otherwise, you're gonna be always on fluctuation roller coaster.
Yeah, we'll link through to ecomscout.io in the show notes. I'm going to check it out after this as well. It sounds like a great tool, particularly with it's something in our marketing funding flywheel ebook that we released earlier this year. There's three main principles in marketing that I talk to business owners when I start working with them, and the third one there, which I'm sure you know quite well, is the LTV to CAC ratio. So lifetime value, which is gross profit value, not sales, to customer acquisition cost. There's a ratio there for e-commerce. You should be keeping that within, or any business really, not just e-commerce, at least a 3-to-1 ratio. And there's some other stuff written around that. So it's really important. But if you don't have the right data, you know, that number's useless. So that ratio.
100% agree with you.
Well, that's how you started out. So you started the agency in 2020. How old were you then, 4 years ago?
Yeah, so 2020, I was 29 and start my journey in e-commerce in 26 when my wife said that she's pregnant. And before that, the thing is, I'm from Ukraine, and the major thing for this person from the third world country, like how I can make money, how I can make for living, how I can just improve my life, but not what I really want to do. Like I never asked myself that question until 25. And at 25, I start asking like what actually I want to do in my life. Like I always was following like where is like gonna be higher payment, how I can make more. But at 25, I start asking question. I was scared because I didn't have real answer. I was always following the like ideas of like where I can make money, nothing else. And at 26, when I find out what is e-commerce and especially advertising in Facebook, TikTok, that moment it was only Facebook, I was just like, whoa, this is what I want to be related to like whole my life. I understand now I'm in real estate and real estate will be ending phase, but I'm just saying that I understood what was really my passion. And from that moment, everything like it was just, I don't care, I will figure it out. So yeah, like that's very important to know that I got my things too late, but from another hand, like 40-year-old people, they don't know what they want. They hate their job. They continue doing what they don't want to do just because of the paychecks. So find out what you want to do and like follow that.
Yep, totally agree. Most of my people I know hate their jobs. Do you have some key numbers you can share to illustrate the growth of the agency over the last 4 years?
Yes. So since 2020, we grow so fast. Like the thing is, was we started March 25th in 2020. So it's already 4 years past. And the thing is that when I decided to do that, what was the thing? I didn't have a team. I had one employer and I didn't know how to build the team. I didn't know what CEO means. Like I was just a simple person who was working on his own business, like helping other people, like by guiding them, but nothing about the corporate life, like as an owner. So basically, I start my agency, and from 25th of March till end of April, I made 5 times more than ever in my life in terms of outside of my store. Like it was like, whoa, I was like, no way, this is possible. It's all about one thing, it's a team. So basically in the first months, I took a couple of the students from my end who has lack of budget to continue studying, and but they love to be like, they love media buying part, and they're really like doing really great job in media buying. And I know that I trained them. I like, hey, like I know that you have struggles here and there, but what if I will offer you a job? And I hunted a couple of people to my media buying team, and from there, like I just made the stories since in Instagram and Facebook, I was super active that moment, and I was just like typing the stories, hey, I'm looking just a salesperson to my new agency, and I got one of my existing clients. He was so satisfied with like what we are doing for him. He like, listen, like I would like to be a part of your team. Can you give me a shot? I said, like, it doesn't make sense. Like, we are making for you, like, we deliver results for you, like, we are running your store. Why would you work for us? He said, yeah, but I like the idea of who you are, what kind of like mentality you have, what you trying to deliver, because I always explaining to everyone what's my goal, what's my passion, and why I want to share all that stuff to the people, because I know that I have been in same shoes before. And like he said, I just wanna like give me a shot. And he's working till today with us. He's the head of sales department, and he started building sales department around that. And we were growing so fast. Like by end of May, we done almost 1 million in sales to like in total clients results. You know, after 2 months of agency exist, it was so like insane. And after that, we just like those clients were from scratch. It's not like a brand which has done 500,000 a month and we made 1 million. No, it's several stores from scratch. We just grow fast, and it was like insane performance. And basically from that moment, we were already around 7 people, 9 people in the team. By end of 2020, we ended with the 12 people in the team. By end 12, yeah, I believe it was 12. End of 2021, it was around 19, 20, and end of 2022 for 44. It was 44 team members, so it was so insane. We were growing like no tomorrow. And then war happened in Ukraine. So to 24th of February 2022, I woke up and my life has been changed forever. When everything has happened, I was thinking only about one thing, how to secure my son. My wife that moment was in Spain, so I done whatever it takes to bring him out of that horror. But anyway, like my main goal has been achieved, to make sure that he won't be seeing anything what was happening there, especially first months of the war. And the thing is that it's affected. So we were like in the top of the performance, and I have 50% of the team members from Ukraine. So this is another thing which is I love to like help other guys in Ukraine to succeed, and like hire them for different positions, because I know that there is great media buyers. I know that it's amazing people and to work with. And basically war started, and we achieved the highest months ever during the war. It was February, March. I was shocked, because I said, guys, take care of your families. You make sure that everyone's safe. But the team said, listen, better I will be sit down in the basement with the laptop and internet and eliminate myself from what is happening outside. Then I'm gonna be just staying in the quiet room and gonna be just going crazy because of what could happen to me today. And that was insane message. And basically we've been on the top, and after 60 or 90 days, yeah, by May, I got depressed. I got depression about like what's happening, and like about like how like our life has been destroyed. We were building future. We just bought apartments. We were about to buy another investments, and like all that stuff like gone. And we were in the middle of Switzerland, somewhere in mountains, and I don't know where to go. I don't know how to manage my life next. And I have a like 44 people of team members who rely on me. So I need to make sure that company will continue surviving, company will be growing, because I don't want on the middle of the war leave the like around 20 people from Ukraine without a job. So and I got like depressed, and it was difficult to manage. But and actually it was a good lesson, because I hired the CFO. First time ever in agency, we hired our first CFO, who came to us, built the financial matrix, and it was a game changer for the company. And when he collect all the data and made it like, all those fancy formats of the graphics and reports, we find out that we have several team members who are not effective. There are some dudes, there are some cool people, there are some friends, but at the end, they are not productive. We're losing money because of them. They are not delivering. There is no results. There is like always excuses. And we were just always trying to be friendly, like, oh, cool, cool, because our results is just dramatically growing. We don't care. We just like moving forward. But when everything starts slowing down, we start seeing something is wrong because like our payroll is huge and revenue is dropping down, like, and nothing, and it's now significant different to compare to the revenue. So when we figure it out that we learned the lesson, we made the homework and just made the hard decisions to fire like several people because they were like not doing what they supposed to. And it was my mistake that I didn't hire the CFO before to show it to me that. And basically we became like 31 team member. And from 31 team member, we were staying until end of middle of October last year. And now we are 34. We start hiring again, but slowly and only like according to the work required. So we just add in extra people. We don't take in like extra, no reason like team members because we want to make sure that we producing the best. And we have team which is working for 2+ years, some of them 4 years from day one with me. And like we know what to do and we hiring now only when it's need according to the workflow which is ahead of us. So we try, okay, we can project. Now we need, we'll be onboarding another 5 clients. We need another media buyer in the next couple of weeks, 1 month. Okay, so now we're gonna hire in according to that. Not just like, let's hire, oh, he's awesome, come here. But it was like just because cash flow was so high and fasting still growing so fast that we were just like thinking how to grow faster, not how to manage the expenses and handle the team on the right way. So the lesson learned, and I highly recommend you look on your team always, always, because sometimes they could be your closest person, but he's the useless person.
Yeah, that's a great point, and you really well done on getting that CFO in. Sounds like you've got a real team mentality of you need to build the team out to grow the business. Um, but and she did the financial modeling, which is very smart because a lot of people in fast growth, particularly, just keep chasing the sales. They're not focused on the profit or the productivity of the team. So it's something we do in our business transformation program, which runs for 16 weeks for small business owners. We build out that 10-year financial model just for specifically for their business, so they can see the engine of what generates the value and the growth in the business. And it's amazing what falls out of those conversations because we believe that's where your strategic planning should start, is with the numbers. And that's a great story to hear that she was able to pull that together and then identify, a handful of unproductive team members, and then you got on to moving them on.
Yeah, well, that's really important. Every business owner has to do that. I mean, you could be now on the top of your performance, and it's cool. No worries, it's cool. But the most painful to figure it out that you're doing something wrong when you start seeing drop down. So to avoid seeing that drop down, just hire necessary heads of departments as up and let them show you the gaps which you have. So then maybe your fail is going to be not that high, not that painful, or maybe there's going to be no fail, or you're going to be just continuing growing if you will hire a person on time. And like seriously, when you doing that too late, it cost me around 10 months of recovering from all the mistakes which I made from the moment when I got depressed to the moment when I decided to start taking action. It was 3.5 months from May till August when I moved to Portugal. And in August, I moved to Portugal. Finally, like we were living for 6 months in the car with the bags, with the luggages, and traveling between the countries in the hotels. Just like I didn't know what we're gonna be doing. I was always expecting that we'll go back to Ukraine, always. So that's why we were just like, let's stay here, let's stay there. But when I finally like got everything together and stopped in the Portugal, we got the place to live, and from that moment, I like finally fixed the gaps, and that was a game changer. But take the action fast in advance. Don't let it happen because it's painful and it will take a lot of time to recover later on.
Yeah, absolutely. When was the moment you felt like you had succeeded?
No, actually, we are moving really quite fast in terms of performance. So I don't feel that we stop succeeding because 2024 started in such a high level of action, and with the new sales director, we have a sales manager, which I mentioned before, and we hire as well sales director, one of my good friends from Nashville, and he made like over $50 million on phone calls in financial marketing in the agency direction over like 8 figures as well. So after we hire him, there's so much things has been changed, so much things like improved in the last 1 month.
Mm,
Now it's like end of February. Yeah,
mm,
whatever episode will be go most probably like end of spring or something like that. But the thing is that like in matter of 1.5 months, we have done so much in terms of optimization on this department because last year I was focusing a lot on the performance, on media buying. So many changes, software, all that stuff to make sure that media buying actually performing well. And this year started from okay, what's the sales team? Let's find out what kind of gaps we have. And here I found out one of my friends like who said to me ideas, what he's seen in terms of like being in different companies and helping them like a consulting, and we hired him as a temporary sales director to coach my sales manager and my team, and it's just like mind-blowing.
mm.
It's a game changer for any kind of business to bring such kind of high level person into the team, and performance of media buying going higher than ever. Like December we closed with the ever recorded numbers in the agency, in the clients results, and I won't say that we are somewhere stop on the succeeding. It's just 2004 2024 showing that we are actually on the next level of getting things done.
What does success look like to you?
I would say like time flexibility, because like if you're busy all the time, you are still working on the business, and after 4 years having the company, succeed means success. Success for me as a person means that I'm able to handle different directions of the business, different businesses in different niches without being involved of most of my time. It means like success for me, it's the right team members, right people next to you who are smarter than you, who can handle your company better than you, and you able to think about the another directions and about how to build the next steps to get future for the company better and faster, more visionary part, and at the same time have actually what I deserve, what every business owner deserve, have more time for your family, which is like as well important thing. After 4 years like running successful company, you have to finally step out, and not like because you want to be lazy, laying down on the couch and watching TV. No, you have to step out and think about the directions, about the next steps for the company, and see how your kids are growing up, and we'll give them a bit more time of yours, which is it's more valuable than any for financial metrics could be. So success for me is just make sure that my company, my businesses are with the right business partners or with the right team members on place who love what they are doing and they feel that they are in the right place. And me as a business owner, just making sure that I have possibilities to spend time with the family more than I was able to do that last 4 years, because I was day and night always on doing something to implement, to like make things different. So success is flexibility on time and the right team members around you.
Number one thing you'd recommend to marketing a fast-growing business?
Oh, definitely. Like, first of all, in our days, without the digital marketing, your business won't be growing fast. I mean, maybe locally because of word of mouth and you're doing something incredible. But if you're going to be speaking about like marketing, definitely you should not, like, if you are in e-commerce, you should not sleep on the TikTok shop. That's like something which is like people still don't know, but this is the fastest, easiest way to bring your brand, to bring your business to the next level of brand awareness, of content creation, and of the financial performance. It's insane. Like the marketing tool, if you have physical products, make sure that you're gonna be tested out on yourself TikTok shop, especially if you're on American market. It's mind-blowing, high performance algorithm-based platform, which is made a setup in the way everyone win. So that's why it's working that great. So if you need more details, you can just Google it or just ask me in DMs, whatever, up to you. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm just saying that TikTok shop, it's something what you should not sleep in nowadays on, because they are surprising how amazing, how many amazing things happening in the last 8 months, how many multi-million dollars brands shows up from nothing. If since last July, I have three friends of mine who made 5 millions, 3 millions, 8 millions in 8 months with the brand new brands from TikTok shop. So like this is as a marketing tool, highly recommend you.
Yeah, great advice. How did you fund the business?
Oh, no, it was like well, that's another thing. Look, guys, I just had good conversation with one creative person last Friday. I was considering him as a creative director to our company. He's smart dude. I mean, he knows his things, but he's thinking about open actually his own agency for creative direction for e-commerce. And he like, yeah, I need investors. I need investors. I need to do social media blow up, do some event, blah blah blah. Guys, like when you're starting, focus on how to make your first income, how to make sure that your idea is has proof of concept before you're gonna be taking someone else money and gonna be responsible to give it back. Like the thing is that person who I was talking to, he like, yeah, investors. I said, have you thought how you will bring those money back? You're speaking about taking money from investors, but what about deliverability? Yeah, we will be doing this. I said, do you have already one or two clients who you made it maybe for free or free of cost because you cannot deliver for free? There is a like this cost available free of cost, like for on cost or completely free of charge, and see if that works, if everyone's satisfied, that you able to actually now take the risks and just multiply proven concept. No. Okay, how you do? I don't know. I will figure it out. Need first of all investment. So why I'm giving you this example? I started without any kind of investment. I started completely broke. I lost money which I had. I lost money which I borrowed from my friends. I lost everything, and I was for 13 months, actually, like if to speak exact, like less than a year, but almost a year. I was like having on the breakfast 30 cents, like less than a dollar, less than a half dollar. Cookies, super sweet. They're so sweet that it's vomiting. But I was having them for breakfast to save the money because I know till 2 p.m. I won't be hungry. They're so sweet that they are like making stomach full. So I'm saying that you get this example in terms of I didn't have money, but I was having idea and I was fighting on proof of concept, and that concept wasn't working. I didn't know how, I didn't know why until I got mentor. I start figuring out, I start understanding the process. I got money, I lost money, and it's like just return, and it was on my own blood. And after that, I got expertise, which is like nobody can beat because like it's my own experience. But you want to like, hey, like I have a funding, or like, hey, like I want to get funding to like start this incredible idea. First of all, prove a concept. Secondly, like make sure like in our days, everything in YouTube, everything like available. Learn the stuff. And like I will tell you something that most of the time, if you are don't want to build the production like a factory or something like that, if it's a digital, if it's like service-based business, you don't need any investors. You don't need like you want to build a cleaning company, start running ads for DMs, $5 a day in Facebook, and like it will cost you for 30 days $150 just locally around you. And you start receiving messages for, yeah, I need cleaning my office, I need cleaners for whatever it is. And okay, I don't have cleaners yet. Okay, think about that. How to dropship service. Here is a cleaning company. How much you charge? If I will give you, okay, you charge 300, let's say. If I will give you like 5x business a month, how much would you charge me? Oh, okay, 200. You're calling back to that DM person and saying like, okay, 350 and we'll come to you. They will deny, they will accept. First accept, you just send in the team from another company to clean, getting paid, paying difference, leftover profit, $100, $150. It depends how much you spent on ads. And you collect. Now you have cash to hire your first employers and you don't need anymore that company. And now you're building your cleaning company. And like in our days, everything is possible in terms of like without investments, build drop shipping service business. I mean, nobody will even know that. One of my friends from Ukraine, he started translating documents company which is providing the service for translating any kind of official documents. And like I said, how many? Okay, so it's like 2, 3 languages. He said 16 like commandments. How you can translate so many languages? Are you like have education or whatever? He said, no, I don't. I know just Ukrainian, Russian. That's all. I'm like, what? He said, yeah, basically find out people on Fiverr, like test them out. I found out who is good, who is bad, and like I start running small ads, and like he's call himself as a big agency, blah blah. Now this guy is making multiple six figures a month with his translating agency. Before he was drop shipping to the people who charging $50, he was charging $100. And this is how it goes. He collect the capital, he built his own remote agency, and now he has like over 100 team members around the world who translating for any languages which you need, any document. And just like it's insane. Like you don't need funding to start the business if you don't want to build, develop. I mean, if we're speaking about real estate, yeah, maybe funding that's definitely the way. But if you're speaking about the service business, any kind of service business, come on, like stop speaking about the investments and like take your ass out of the couch and think how to generate first couple of dollars and then reinvest back to the business, and this is going to be your funding.
Mm. If you were to start up today with plenty of funding, would you go into your industry?
Real estate. This is how we build a real estate portfolio. In my industry with funding, again, look, I want to start the shoes brand, yeah? And I will be just like, okay, I have $1 million. Let's just make the shoes brand just like scalable and so on. But again, I will invest $1 million. Most probably it could work out, but there is much more involved. Like when I start scaling, there is like a shoes direction. There is a high dispute rate. There is high chargeback rate. There is high return rate. Complaints because of the sizing. Like there is a different. I have been in the shoes niche. That's why I'm saying we done a couple of meals with my partner on it. But I'm just saying that it has a lot of pitfalls. And I will, get funding for something which I don't want I don't know how it will work, and at the end like gonna just be responsible to return that cash, and I'm gonna be keep going just to return it. If we're speaking about the getting funding, I most probably not most probably for sure I won't go to e-commerce because it like without funding I can make things work in e-commerce. I would go to real estate because this is where we are since 2023 with my partner, and like we have already 5 doors in houses in one of the states in the United States, and we are focusing on Section 8 people, where it's like guarantee monthly payments from the government, and we actually deliver value for really low income people, like by bringing them high quality rent for kind of like good price, where is the government helping them with vouchers. So like I'm deliver value, which is really people needs, and like if I want to grow, there is funding necessary. I mean, I can keep reinvesting my cash, but if you want to grow fast, funding is necessary. Like Robert Kiyosaki once has been asked, like, hey, like, do you know that you are in the like I don't remember, 3 billion debt or something? He said, only three? I was thinking more. We have to move forward and like get the bigger debt because he won't be on that level where he is today without the debt, without like getting funds from people, from banks, from private money loans. So that's what I'm trying to say. There is like gonna be way to scale fast. There is where is funding needed, like because it is like physical local business, which is required investments, required a lot of workflow. With digital business, funding, like you could get like funding, but it is not necessary. You need brain. For digital business, you need skills,
Yes.
not funding.
Yeah, and for the audience, Robert Kiyosaki is the author of Rich Dad Poor Dad and Cash Flow Quadrant. He owns thousands of properties around the world, so he's obviously very big on real estate, but also just investing in businesses as well. Can you outline the most stressful point in your small business growth journey so our audience can learn from it?
Yeah, I would say the like one of the to come back to like people like small business owners. I noticed are not hiring people by scaring, not enough business, not enough margin, not enough something, you know. At the end, look, you're gonna be making a bit less margin at the beginning, but by hiring the right people on the board, you're gonna be growing so fast that small loss in margin will be not visible because you're going to be on the higher revenue with the higher profitability at the end in matter of dollars. And plus, later on, when everything will be built, you will start recovering and getting much higher profitability than ever before because all the systems will be on place and those people will bring additional services to your business, additional ideas, additional offices, additional skills and additional clients from their previous workspace. So my big recommendation for all the local businesses, don't be scared to start hiring people, because if you want to be oh, we are family business, you don't understand, this is like what our vision, we want to be like soap cooking family business that everyone will be aware that Mr. Brown and his wife and his kids are face of it. Okay, be a face. But if you want to be real business, start hiring people who are going to be behind the scene, fulfilling, doing customer service, gonna be taking care of the delivery from A to Z place, making sure that all like the quality control is there, like new branding ideas, new packaging. And you in this time with your Mr. Brown family, kids and wife, gonna be thinking about vision, where you're going, what you want to achieve, and speak to your team those with that vision, that idea, and then discuss how you can to achieve that, how you can achieve to that level where like you just described. And that's way you're gonna be still Mr. Brown soap business, but it will be already corporation which is like really well known on the local or even international level. Like, don't be scared to hire people, and there is never ever perfect time than now.
Yep. What area in business do you feel you've had to work on the most to add the greatest value?
Yeah, so like as I was describing last year, it was huge attention to media buying team. This year started from the sales department, and it's like insane, like how important sometimes to put yourself in the different departments and making sure that different people are in place. And like for example, now I already have projection for 2024 when we will figure it out all the processes and the setups and packaging and everything what we need regarding the sales processes. Then I will move to the now COO position, which is as well we have. But I need someone who will come with the experience of bigger agencies than ours and show him how to handle XYZ. And especially after this is about operations and automations. And this is going to be my next step where I'm going to be step ahead and like put myself deep down there in the end of second quarter as per my projection. I have a person as well who is doing the independent consulting of operations for a couple of my friends, and they grow so quickly after that. So it's gonna be him who will come on the end of second quarter and help me out to build automations and improve the operations in general in my company. So like this is where like my like biggest attention in those areas, sales, and then we're gonna be in operations. Last year it was media buying. So now we have results, but with the results we want to grow. Sales team improving. With the sales team, we won't be able to grow without really right operations for the next level. We are on the level of operations where we are right now, but if I'm scaling now fast with my sales team, I need to be on the level of operations here. So by that being said, I need to bring as up the person who gonna be teaching me and my team to handle the operations on the next level of revenue and next level of the working flow for the clients.
What have you enjoyed the least about managing fast growth?
The least, uh, mm, okay, it would be lighter to say like, oh, I'm enjoying everything. I mean, definitely like I'm enjoying all the process, but the worst thing, I mean, which I really don't like that much is exactly operations. I mean, why will bring the person which I just mentioned, because like I'm great motivator. I'm a great visionary person. And like I believe I'm a really good marketer, no, good leader. But operator to sit down and set up something to make sure that some process start working and like by myself, I kind of hate it. I mean, I'm doing that because like it has to be done, or like I'm doing that with my team, controlling that. But I really like it's something which is I likes the least, like to compare to any kind of direction in the business is the operational process itself. That's why like I want to put there big attention that I will make the full setup, that it's actually working and with the right person on place, and I won't be thinking about it that much because operations, that's my weakest part in terms of what I prefer to do. But definitely still doing because like it's necessary.
What do you love most about growing a small business?
The ending result, I mean, not any like that moment when you figure it out. And like when we're running, for example, $7 million store, which I shared with you a while ago on this call. So first 7 months, it was struggle. It was so bad. It was really like break even, 100,000 generated in 7 months with break even, no profitability, even like months to months lost. And the great thing is that the person was already with her brand for 3 years in e-commerce. And I was sure that she will quit. Like, and on month 7, when she need to pay another like management fee for us on monthly basis, when I came to her, I was sure that we will lose her because like it doesn't make sense. But she said, "Listen, like what you and your guy at that moment we were only two, media buyer and me, that approach which you are bringing to my business, none of the people who I hire done that for me before. The level of your attention, the level of how you care, the level of work which you're doing, guys. So I'm gonna be with you because I know that we are able to achieve." For me, it was like I was proud that of that moment. I still like sharing that moment time to time with people. But the thing is that I realized that okay, so the great like my customer service, my own understanding of how important every single detail makes the difference. That's why I was now like all my team was trained by my mentality. And the thing is that when she said that, it was 7 months of unsuccess. It was March till September. The September was month 7. October 10th of October, we finding out the angle for the creative. We finding out the angle for the offer, which has worked well, and we achieved like it was October 10th. By 27th of November, Black Friday, we won $27,000 a day with that
Wow.
store,
Yeah.
with the zero results on October. So by it's where like the growth begin, and first million was by end of December. But the thing is that I want to say that that's kind of moment which is I'm always excited when like there could be a struggle, could be smooth, but nothing significant, and suddenly we figure it out and it's just bumping and like this kind of feedbacks from the clients, this kind of feedback from team is excited. That's what I love. Team is eyes are firing like, oh my God, this what's happening. And we just jumping on the call, like we just put it everything on the side. Let's see what's happening, to make sure that like the success which is happening, it's reason of the team's effort, action, attention, and wish to achieve. Like that's the effect of the success. And when you get in that, it's really cool. Like to see that all that work on the back end was done for the reason, and here is like payout for the client. It's like payout for us, obviously, but the feeling it's not about financial, the feeling it's about the win. It's a huge win. So this is what I'm mostly excited about.
What has been the biggest mindset shift for you in your small business growth journey?
Trust people. And now I'm speaking not about even team members. It is about trust the process and trust people in terms of partnerships. Another point, which is I learned it for myself at the end 2022, beginning of 2023, that don't be, if you see the right person next to you and you can trust him, and you know that he has skills which you don't have, or he has time which you don't have together with skills, uh, you definitely has to trust him. And if you believe it's a good idea, to start together running some direction in the business, because this is what helped me to grow in the e-commerce a lot by building a store together with the partner in 2018, where we achieved our first 50,000 in October in 2018. It was because of the right partnership. I just decided to try. I hate doing by myself operations, what I was saying, yes, but I love marketing. And he was an operational guy. He was like, yeah, let me just scale, let me manage the store, and you will manage the ads. And I'm like, wow, okay, that works for me. That's exactly what I prefer, and it works so great. So that experience taught me a lot. And then back in 2021, I realized that I can build other businesses, not by myself, by having someone next to me and who will put like 80% of their time to it, and I'm going to be putting only 20% of my time because I have main business which I'm focusing on. And that's actually what I was trying to figure it out, how Elon Musk, how Mark Zuckerberg, how most wealthy people in the world are actually building this kind of multi-corporations, multi-businesses in the way of like being in charge everywhere. But actually, Elon Musk saying like in his one of his businesses, he's spending like only 5% of his time. And SpaceX, he's spending like less than on Tesla. Like, and I was like, how it's possible? It's just like trusting the partners and having the right team on place. And this is basically the biggest mindset shift in my end, that I have trust people more than to like before. If 2013 it would come to me with this idea, I would say like, come on, like, what are you speaking about? You have to educate yourself on it to trust people.
That's it. The only way to grow with these is to get a bus full of A players. It's all about the people, whether they're business partners or team members. What's the number one habit you think a small business owner needs to develop and maintain?
Take an action. I mean, start delivering excuses. I mean, the habit of taking action is all about put yourself out of the comfort zone. That's very important. Like for every single business owner, you stuck on the comfort zone. It can be bad, it could be great, but it will be same comfort zone. So by having habit, put yourself on uncomfortable position and feeling comfortable during doing this uncomfortable stuff, it will be the best habit for you ever. And like it's a skill. It's a skill which just need to be developed, and it's a skill which is gonna be game changer, not just for business, but for your whole life. Because like when I'm on comfortable position, I'm feeling uncomfortable that I'm doing something wrong, and that's awesome feeling because I understand that like uncomfortable for me is normal. So, and that's why for every business owner, the best habit would be just work on himself, self-education all the time, and just put himself on the uncomfortable positions, which is will be delivering the results by itself.
Are you struggling to find time to work on your business? Or is your health and relationships out of balance? Lost confidence, or are your weeks filled with fear? Our free 10-day Transform Your Performance online course shows you how to unlock at least 5 hours a week. We start with the secret to guaranteed success, and with over 100 lessons and free tools, you will become more focused, productive, and feel more in control of your business, health, and relationships. GrowSmallBusiness.com. Can you talk to how you've added people to the team, some wins, mistakes, and advice for those listening? You've already mentioned a couple of things. You built the team up to 44 from any advice for those listening to, hiring, recruiting people?
Yeah, advice about the hiring and firing, I would say a common thing on every single company, common thing. It's a pain. It's a pain. How finding the right people. It's a pain to fire. It's the worst thing ever. And it's a big time. It's a big financial like investments into the wrong person, and after that you need to fire him. So the advice, obviously, like you would hear commonly that hire slowly, fire fast, but easy to say, hard to do. But to be honest, look on the metrics of your team. And this is how you understand if you have to fire or no. And if you see clearly that it has to be done, squeeze your arm, squeeze your teeth, and just do that because it sounds wrong, it sounds difficult, it sounds he's my brother, sister, father, whatever. But believe me, by doing that, you're actually doing the favor for them to do something where they would be able to succeed, what they will be loved more. And this is every single time happening to me. If something would be like wrong and we had to fire people before, like I find out that they're doing now something else what they really love. I mean, or at least like what is more suitable for them, or so they start their own business. You just giving them push to uncomfortable to start taking action. And by that being said, like it's about firing. Please do that. It's painful. I'm saying that, and I'm sometimes as well hard on it. But since I'm waiting for the second baby, I'm putting myself in the position that I have to think about the future of my family. And that's why if companies struggling and there is a real reason for that, real person for it, I should not ignore that because here is the matter. My family is growing. I need to make sure that business is continuing working. I need to make sure that like I start eliminating the nice guy things to the what's right for the business. And you know what? When you fire the wrong person, your team shining like never before because they are quiet, they are not saying to you, but at the end, when action done, they smiling. All of them like happy, they like coming to work like with all the excitement and so on. So don't be scared to fire. And about hiring, if you don't have budget, hire on the potential, the people who gonna be grinding like and doing like whatever it takes to achieve results for you together with you. Put them on the percentage, like where they will deliver, they will get paid. You'll hire and fire fast a lot of people because they're speaking a lot but that they're not doing anything. But you'll get a couple of real potential guys and girls who gonna be doing whatever it takes and starting together with you and delivering. But if you have a budget, this is not the time anymore for you for hiring on potential. You don't have any more time for that. You cannot teach them. You have already, if you have a budget and it's your company is already operating for a while, by hiring on potential, you're gonna be losing time. You're gonna be slowing down your team. You're gonna be annoying your team with extra tasks which is need to be explained to the person with no reason. So start hiring 8 players, hunting people from other companies, which is I do not prefer. I'm not doing that, but I know that is like, okay, hunting from other companies could be hard, but sometimes they are not. It's exactly the moment when they are not happy. Like I have so many friends who hire people from Google, hire people from Microsoft, from other company, big companies. But the thing they hunt in them and they find out that those people join for lower salary, but better culture company. Think about that in that way. You giving them actually possibilities to finally succeed in their industry by enjoying what they're doing. And that way, getting A players on the board with the from such a like different competitors company would make a big difference for you.
Well, that's the next question. What are some things you recommend to building a sustainable and kick-ass culture to help with the growth?
First of all, be an example. Definitely. Like you cannot build a culture by saying you have to do this, and that, and we have to go Saturdays to work. We have to do Sunday something to make sure that like it's done and on time. And at the end, you are like chilling and they cannot reach you out for weeks or whatever. So you won't be able. So be an example, you have to be a good leader. And plus to build the culture, you have to speak about that. Like, look, people will know, but people will not remember. That's a human being thing. Like the brain of human is working in that way that you have to repeat all the time. Why hire the sales director for my salespeople? They know what to do. They like doing that for 4 years. They exactly know what to do, like, and how to speak and how to sell. But the thing is, there is a simple moments which is haven't been repeated long time for a long time. So now on daily basis they going through the basics which is they know, but they never ever for last 2 years implement that and repeated that. So they lost it. And the same with the culture. If you want to build a culture of the action takers, of the extreme responsibilities, of trustship and so on, like, I mean, whatever it's your own values, if you want to bring those values and bring and build the culture with your team, you have to repeat that as many times as you can. Sometimes team will be thinking that you are sick. Sometimes people will think that like that guy like he's just kidding us. We just discussed that last week or like a couple of calls back. But it will be at least stay in their mind that like, hey guys, like yeah, this is what's important, this is who we are, this is why we are doing that. I didn't understand what this culture means, like we have that for a while, but I didn't understand till last year that actually what it means. It's culture. Before I was thinking it's just who we are. This is how I was calling it, who we are.
Yeah,
But yeah.
repeating the message. It was Winston Churchill that said, if you've got an important point to make, drive it home with a pile driver. Just got to keep repeating yourself. Tell our audience how you've handled balance.
Balance between work and life, or Uh, hard one. Like people can say a lot about the balance. People can say a lot of smart things and thoughts about it, but at the end they are not balancing their life itself as well. Like that's the thing. People are saying about the balance, and after that you see that actually they are not keeping the same balance what they're pitching and preaching about. So I would say you have just to understand what's important for you the most and focus on that, and whatever is not important for you let it other people to do. And it's in the family as well. Like if something like playing with the kid football, it's really important, but in the same time you need to do some, let's say, homework for what wife asked you. Like think what's more important and deliver that to them and explain and go and play with your kid. I mean, it's a hard to keep the balance, but to keep the balance, you need to find out what's the most important for you, focus on that, and rest, try to delegate or try to make this like internal in your brain schedule of how to organize your day, your time to make sure that you have enough time for yourself, for family, and for work. Like waking up 1 hour earlier, that's one of the things as well to keep the balance.
And how much professional development have you invested in yourself?
Oh, we invest in every single year since 2021, over 6 figures a year into the education of my team. Back in 2018, when I started generating my first capital, I was reinvesting everything into the business and into the skills. I was buying the most expensive trainings, masterminds, being in front of right people. Since 2021, I'm traveling to US a couple of times a year. Now I'm traveling for 6 months a year to US. So, and I'm spending on meetings, on masterminds. Yeah.
Because it's an investment. A lot of people see training and developing their team, let alone yourself, as a cost, but it's actually an investment. You get a shit ton of return on that.
First of all, guys, it's tax deductible. Let's first speak about
Yeah.
that way. It's tax deductible, so definitely. Secondly, like it is the investment in yourself, like, and not even what kind of piece of skill you could get, what kind of people you will meet in that chat, in that community. Those people will make a huge difference because they can introduce to you other people. They can help you out with one of the processes, with the advice. And that's much more powerful than just course which you purchase. But you purchase the course because of those people. So definitely invest in, like, we invest in multiple 6 figures as for now, every single year into education.
And you mentioned you've had mentors before and coaches just then. Anything else on mentors or coaches?
Well, I started working in 2018 in February, in the end of January with one of the guys, his name Mark Hager. He was sharing, helping Facebook advertising, like to succeed on it, but on his example, on his successful brand. And now, after 7 years, actually 6 years since that moment, 2018, yeah, 6 years, uh, I'm still with him, and our mentorship. I have a lot of mentors in different directions, but this is my main mentor of life. I started with him on Facebook ads, then we switched how to make the mastermind to build the mentorship. Then we switched how to build the agency. Then we switched how to jump into the real estate business. And basically, because of him, like I'm just understanding how to focus on different things and like grow, like he's just helping, or he's growing, and he's sharing with me his experience on the different level of his life, and that's what helps me understand different level of the life as well, which is like priceless. And a lot of mentors like for advertising,
Yep.
for sales, for like just mentors around people who you surrounding with.
And do you have a board of directors or advisors?
He's my advisor. He's getting paid for it. I mean, he before he was on the percentage of my company. Now it's just monthly retainer, but he will be on the percentage of my real estate. Not will be. He's actually from this year. He's on the percentage of my real estate portfolio, and that's actually how we like win-win. Like he knows that who I am, what I'm gonna be delivering if I will take action. So that's why he's good on it, and I'm great to have consultant next to me in that way.
All right, Anatoly, we're on to our final five questions. What do you think's the hardest thing in growing a small business?
Excitements. I mean, like excited what's gonna be happening tomorrow, what's gonna be happening today. If you're waking up without the fire in your eyes, when even things are happening bad, I really can't jealous you, because like seriously, you have to, because when you are excited about the day ahead of you, you're gonna beat any kind of obstacle in front of you. Excitement is the best thing ever in the growing the small businesses.
Yeah. What about the hardest thing in growing a small business?
Seeing yeah seeing the how your hard work pays off in terms of financial of course, but as well how what you were creating for a while start finally working and delivering results. That's the hottest thing for every single one who I know, especially in e-commerce.
Favorite business book which has helped you the most?
I have a bunch of them, and like you said about Robert Kiyosaki, this is was what was change my mind, shift my mind of thinking a long time ago in 2017. But I would say that from one of the my favorite, like if to don't say top three, top five, one which has changed everything for me in the past in 2016, Brian Tracy, No Excuses.
Hmm.
It's the basically where he explaining every single people has enough time for everything. We just have too many excuses. I have no time, I have wife, I have kids, I have this and that. And there is simple tactics of like how to change your behaving and stop making excuses for anything. This is what my mentor stripped to me about the excuses, that like everything what I said to him, it's excuse. I'm like, okay, you're right.
Mm,
So yeah, if you want to read it, it's insane,
mm.
because it's showing you that like if you just wake up 20 minutes earlier, you have already enough time. If you will turn off the TV, you'll have extra 4 hours a day in average. Turn
Yep.
off your TV or YouTube. 4 hours on average a day, you have extra free time. So you will have time. It's all excuses.
Any great podcasts or online learning tools you use for your own professional development?
Yeah, I love For Media Uncut, which is now it's bad marketing. I'm listening them all the time. I listen a couple of other guys' podcasts, but mostly I love to watch the interviews of wealthy people, of their stories, of their like how they were succeed on the new direction, or in general to get from where they were to where they are. Like I watching a lot of interviews from CEOs of the companies, how and when and because of whom they were able to achieve great performance or overtake the pitfalls which it was in front of them. I love interviews with Elon Musk. It's just for mental part because there is always interesting point of view from his side. So yeah, I'm watching a lot of interviews and listening podcasts in my industry for e-commerce quite a lot, and real estate. A couple of podcasts I start listening like from last year because it's needed. It's needed to understand better everything.
One tool you'd recommend to help grow a small business?
Oh, definitely Facebook advertising. I mean,
Yep.
Facebook Business Manager, the number one tool you have to go use and grow your small business. And like TikTok Shop, it's like advanced one,
Mhm.
but I mean, newest one. But Facebook is the simple one. With that, you can start grow your business quite fast.
Finally, my favorite question. What would you tell yourself on day one of starting out 4 years ago?
I love this question, and I was thinking about that a lot when I got first time asked. But I will say something. I would say like just do it. Everything else will come by itself. Why? I won't give any advices because I want to make sure that I am who I am today. It's because what I went through, what I fight with, what I win on. And if I would help myself to overtake a couple of pitfalls, I would be weaker. And most probably I won't be here
Mm.
because weakness will be there. And most probably I would be quitting because I don't have that kind of hustle muscle
Mm.
from the past if I would advise to avoid some mistake. So mistakes made me who I am, and manage those mistakes made me where I can be today, where I will be in the future. So I would say just do whatever you want to do, like trust it, trust the universe, and make sure that you never quit.
Great.
That would be most probably only one advice.
Well, thanks so much for your time today, Anatoly. Really enjoyed our chat. Congratulations to you and the team going from one full-time equivalent up to 44 and now down to 34, but going back for growth. I really love your approach to business and agree with everything you said. And I'll have to have you back on in a couple of years, I think.
I appreciate it, Troy. Really, thank you. I was enjoying the podcast. And guys and girls, please, if you have any questions, feel free to reach me out. Ecom by Anatoly Instagram. And anyway, like I really am looking forward that people taking some action according to what we discussed.
And for our audience, we'd greatly appreciate a review in iTunes or whatever platform you listen to us on. More reviews means we bubble up higher in iTunes, etc. So more business owners looking for podcast help with their growth will find us.